When you hear the name Efren Bata Reyes, one word comes to mind: legend. But beyond the nickname the Magician and his global fame, lies a story of a poor Filipino boy who hustled his way through adversity and rose to become the greatest billiards player of all time. In this video, we dive deep into the life of a man who didn't just play the game. But before we continue this video, and if you love Efren, don't forget to subscribe. Efren Manoling Reyes was born on August 26, 1954, in Angeles City, Pampanga, in the Philippines. Growing up in a large and impoverished family, Efren had to work from a young age to help make ends meet. He moved to Manila to live with relatives who owned a pool hall. That decision would change his life forever. At just 5 years old, he was already watching grown men battle it out on the pool table. Too short to reach the table, he'd use a soft drink case to stand on just to take a shot. They started calling him Bata, which means kid in Tagalog, to distinguish him from another older player named Efren. But this kid would soon become unstoppable. Efren's early exposure to the sport turned into obsession. By his teenage years, he was hustling older and more experienced players in Manila's smoky pool halls. He didn't just win, he embarrassed his opponents with impossible shots and creative plays. He earned a reputation in the underground billiard scene. Many feared him, some avoided him, others challenged him, and lost money in the process. He used this income to support his family. Despite his growing fame in the Philippines, Reyes remained virtually unknown to the world until he took a risk that would open international doors. In the 1980s, Reyes traveled to the United States under the alias Cesar Morales to compete in local tournaments. Why the alias? He didn't want other players to know who he was. His reputation preceded him, and hustling became impossible once people knew the name Efren Reyes. He shocked the American billiards community. His style was unique, unpredictable, and magical. He would make shots no one else dared to try. Spectators were stunned, players were humbled. The legend of the Magician was born. In 1994, he made his mark when he won the US Open 9-ball championship, becoming the first non-American to do so. It was a massive moment for the sport and for Filipinos all over the world. Reyes had officially arrived. Efren Reyes has won over 100 international titles, more than any other player in history. Here are some of his most memorable achievements. World Pool Championship 1999. His victory in Cardiff cemented his status as the best in the world. Derby City Classic multiple times, a tough multi-discipline tournament where Reyes dominated. 2001 Tokyo Open. He won the largest first-place prize in pool history at the time, $160,000 USD. World Cup of Pool 2006, partnered with Francisco Jongo Bustamante to bring glory to the Philippines. Reyes didn't just win, he revolutionized the way the game is played. He was a master at both 9-ball and 1-pocket, a rare feat. His creativity, use of angles, kick shots, and positional play left fans speechless. What made Efren Reyes different? Simple: everything. Nicknamed the Magician, Reyes had an almost supernatural ability to read the table. His brain worked like a computer, calculating angles, cue ball speed, and opponent psychology in milliseconds. He could escape from traps no one else could get out of, and he would often win matches with shots that seemed physically impossible. He wasn't the flashiest with technique, but he was the smartest. Reyes relied on instinct, strategy, and patience, a rare combination in the aggressive world of 9-ball. His unpredictability made him impossible to read. You never knew what he was going to do next, and that's exactly why he was feared. Despite his fame and fortune, Reyes remained humble. He never let success get to his head. Always smiling, always respectful, he became a role model not only in the Philippines but in the global sports community. He never forgot where he came from. He used his earnings to build a better life for his family, but he also gave back to the community. Whether in interviews, tournaments, or street events, Reyes carried with him the heart of a true Filipino. Efren's career was also defined by legendary rivalries, most notably Earl the Pearl Strickland, a fiery American who was both rival and friend. Their matches were electric, often dramatic, and sometimes controversial. Fans loved watching their contrasting personalities clash. Francisco Django Bustamante, not a rival but a best friend and partner in crime. Together, they brought pride to Philippine billiards and inspired the next generation of Filipino pole stars. These rivalries were always built on mutual respect. Even when tensions flared, Reyes stayed calm, his sportsmanship never in question. Efren Reyes has been inducted into the Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame 2003. He was also included in Time magazine's list of the 60 Asian heroes and featured in various documentaries. In the Philippines, he is considered a national treasure. He has received numerous honors, including the Order of La Conduleur, one of the highest civilian awards in the country. He's also been featured in movies, TV shows, and songs. Reyes isn't just a sports figure, he's a cultural icon. Today, Efren Bata Reyes is widely considered the GOAT greatest of all time in billiards. Many professionals, including world champions, openly admit that they idolized Reyes growing up. Even in his senior years, Reyes still competes in exhibitions, bringing joy to fans around the world. Young players mimic his style, old fans retell his best moments. He has inspired millions, not just in pool, but in life. His story proves that talent can rise from anywhere, even the humblest beginnings. Efren Bata Reyes wasn't handed greatness. He earned it shot by shot, game by game, in smoky halls and on the grandest stages. From a barefoot kid in Manila to a global sports icon, his journey is nothing short of magical. If you've ever held a cue stick, made a bank shot, or dreamed of greatness despite the odds, you've felt his influence. He is not just a pool player, he is Efren Bata Reyes, the magician. And his magic will never be forgotten. Why is Reyes called the magician? Because he sees shots that no one else sees. His kick shots, bank shots, and cue ball control are otherworldly. He makes shots from seemingly impossible angles. Commentators often say, only Efren can pull that off. His decision-making under pressure is unmatched. He doesn't just play the table, he plays the future. 3, 4, 5 steps ahead, like chess on felt. His creativity comes from years of hustling and experience, not from textbooks. And it's that unpredictability that makes him so magical. Over the years, Reyes has received every possible award a player can earn. Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame 2003, Philippine Legion of Honor, Order of La Conduleur, World Pool Masters Champion, Asian Games Gold Medalist. He has been featured in Time magazine, ESPN, BBC, and even in local Filipino films and songs. He's more than a sports icon, he's a national treasure. Despite earning millions and becoming world famous, Reyes never changed. He still lives a simple life in the Philippines. He doesn't flaunt his wealth, he doesn't act like a superstar. He's still the same Bata, smiling, respectful, and full of wisdom. He gives back by helping the next generation of pool players and occasionally appears in charity events and billiards clinics. He once said, "I never dreamed of being the best. I only played because I loved it. That's what makes him great." Default text: while Reyes officially retired from professional competition around the early 2020s, he still appears in exhibition matches, Legends tournaments, and pool shows. Fans still line up for hours just to get a glimpse, a signature, or a smile. Even at over 70 years old, he still has the touch. And whenever he plays, magic still happens. Efren Reyes changed the game of billiards forever. He proved that talent can come from anywhere, even a barefoot kid standing on a soda crate. He inspired generations of Filipino players and gave the country pride on the global stage. Today, young pool players from Manila to Minnesota cite him as their idol. YouTube is filled with his trick shots, match highlights, and documentaries. His influence lives on in every cue stick held by a dreamer. Efren Bata Reyes is more than a champion. He is proof that passion, humility, and hard work can take you anywhere. His journey from a small town to global stardom is not just a story about pool, it's a story about life. He is the GOAT, the legend, and the magician who taught us that anything is possible with enough heart.